Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Prashasti Arora and you're back with me with the important news articles and editorials for today. We know that the civil services examination is a very difficult examination to crack, and for that Unacademy and the entire team is striving every day to provide you the content that will help you get better and that will help you fine tune your preparation and see where you actually stand. For that, this particular video will help you revise all the important articles that are there in the newspaper today, and this short video will help you analyze some of the questions that you need to. Right now, before I start, एक चीज और बहुत ज़रूरी है यहाँ जानना, वो है कि Abhishek Saraf, who is All India Rank 8 in UPSC CSE 2018, has a set of free special classes जो आपकी preparation को एक direction देंगे. Abhishek Saraf is someone who can tell you how to strategize your preparations, who can tell you how to understand every concept and how to deal with the problems that you face in the journey of UPSC. So please go check these free classes out. ये absolutely free हैं. So don't worry about your preparations. You have the right guidance. Do check this out for better input or in your answers and in your strategy, right? Now, एक और चीज़ है Unacademy Aspire. आपको बहुत टेंशन हो रही होगी कि कैसे MCQs करें, how do I understand the demand of the examination. So all this can be helped by this All India free mock test. आपको कहीं जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, कहीं पैसे देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. All you have to do is sign into this particular Unacademy Aspire, and what will happen is that every 10th and 25th of every month you will have an analysis of your preparations with the other civil service aspirants, and it's completely free. It will help you understand where you stand in your preparation and how you can go ahead with it. So please don't waste more time in trying to find videos where you want to see what is doing fine and what is the strategy that should be used. Log into Unacademy and you will find a full package there. Now, today we'll be covering a range of articles from pollution levels to women government employees to many. We'll talk a little about NEET, and we'll also be talking about HIV. We'll be talking about World Health Organization, and we'll also be talking about the coronavirus peak, right? Now, the first article for today is the OddEven to be the best last weapon against pollution, right? We know that because of the stubble burning that happens every year during these months in the neighboring neighboring states, the air quality index really stoops very low, and also the vehicular emissions that are emitted is also one of the major reasons that cause pollution, right? So, Delhi Environment Minister stated that odd-even scheme will be implemented as a last weapon. We know that even last year this happened, right? And vehicles contribute to about 40% of the total air pollution in Delhi, and it cannot be obviously ignored. Right? Now, as of 2017, Delhi was the city with the largest number of vehicles in India. It has around 10 million vehicles, right? An odd-even scheme, while reducing pollution for the period, it will be implemented which suffers from certain weaknesses. Even though the scheme is something that is seen as reducing pollution, it has a lot of weaknesses. For example, people may buy vehicles with different number plates. People may have a lot of vehicles, so they don't they will not be able to adhere to the real premise of odd even rule, right? Difficulties in implementation due to traffic police personnel and exemptions provided to certain category of people defects the very purpose of it, right? So because of all these issues, odd even scheme has not yielded the best results, but definitely this can be used as a last weapon. That is what the Delhi environment minister is trying to say. Now, when it was implemented for the first time in Delhi in 2016, the Central Pollution Control Board said that it has no effect on air pollution in Delhi. It was deemed to be an absolute failure, right? Now, ideally, the government should work towards enhancing public transport and should go beyond metro rail services and ensure last mile connectivity and buses. We know what last mile connectivity is, like end to end connectivity, right? That's what even our gig economy, for example, Uber and Ola is trying to get the last mile connectivity, right? Now, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is considered has been considering the proposal to establish separate cycling tracks in the main roads of the cities. We know that cycling will not only reduce vehicular pollution, but it will also increase the health of the people, and it's obviously seen as a very good practice, right? Now, Delhi's red light on and Gadi off is a scheme. It's basically a campaign which entails switching off car engines in red lights, which will be implemented by the government from October 21st, right? Now, what do we exactly need? मतलब ये जो pollution की दिक्कत है ना, ये आज पहली बार से नहीं हुई है. It's been persisting. मतलब because of the revolution that we are facing right now, pollution is something that we are fighting with every year, and it's only getting worse, right? So we need to find proper solutions to these problems. For example, stubble burning के लिए biodecomposers के बारे में बात हो रही है by the Pusa Institute. There are a lot of other ways in which stubble burning can be mitigated, right, if not eliminated completely, right? So what exactly are more measures that we can take? For example, smart signaling that is connected to Internet of Things devices, right? So smart signaling will help us rely on proper information and the waiting time for the vehicles on the signals, right? Now, the Environment Pollution Control Authority has asked the Chief Secretaries of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh to review the status of thermal power plants in the states that do not follow the 2015 emission norms. We also know that हमारे जो BS6 4 norms हैं, which were supposed to be implemented by April 2020, were delayed because of the coronavirus pandemic, right? So this is something that we have to remember here. And air pollution, what we have to know is that it kills more than 1.5 million people in India, according to the World Health Organization, and Delhi remains the most polluted city in the world, right? Environmental Pollution Control Authority has been set up by the Supreme Court to tackle the air pollution in Delhi NCR region, right? OddEven scheme was first implemented. Now this is very very important. कब हुआ था OddEven scheme? सबसे पहले जो implement हुआ था, it was in 1989 in Mexico. ठीक है, ये याद रखना है, मेक्सिको में सबसे पहले OddEven rule आया था. It has been implemented by other cities around the world, including Beijing and Paris, with a lot of success. So that is why I think it wasn't very very successful in it was a failure in fact in Delhi. So I think we need to see where we went wrong and we need to implement it better, right? And CPCB was established by the Water Act 1974. So this is something that you have to remember, right? Now a very important article in NEET today is that there is a petition that seeks paid leave for women government employees. Now, why in news and why exactly is this being asked? Let's look at it. A petition before the Delhi High Court has asked centre and state government to grant paid leaves and periodic rest to women employees during the time of menstruation, right? In fact, in that regard, we know that Zomato introduced paid leave for employees. So that in fact garnered a lot of criticism and it was a much contested debate as to if paid leave to women was a step in the right direction, right? Now, the plea said that the women be provided special casual or paid leave as menstruation is related to human dignity. So, the petition I essentially emphasized on the fact that a paid leave is something that is related to a woman's dignity, right? For the time they're menstruating, right? There are no separate toilet facilities due to which maintaining hygiene can be difficult during that period. So, irrespective of the, uh, you know, fact that there are no separate toilets, the very fact that India is still not ready for something wherein women are felt comfortable during the time they're on their cycles during work. So this is something that needs to be ensured, right? Now, overtime allowance is where the petition filed sought direction to grant paid leave for 4 days a month to all classes of women employees, including daily wages, contractual and outsourced workers, and to pay overtime allowance to menstruating women employees if they opt to work during that period, right? Um, Definitely, this is a petition. In fact, a lot of petitions have been signed regarding the same. For example, like this is something that is very natural, and the society needs to be a little more aware and a little more sensitive towards this, instead of having it in closed doors and pushing the topic under the carpet. It's important that debates are held regarding the same and awareness is there so that we attain the idea of such Swachh Bharat that we are looking for, right? Especially when like women hygiene is something that really needs to be worked upon, right? Also, despite all of this, we also need to know that Article 21 of the Indian Constitution has the right to says that we have the right to live with dignity. So this is something that the petition tried to construct, right? And Article 15, Clause 3 of the Indian Constitution states that there shall be special provisions for women and children, right? Now, an editorial on the NEET challenge. Now, let's understand what the problem is here. National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test is an all India entrance exam conducted by the National Testing Agency since 2019. Now, prior to 2019, the CBSE used to conduct these exams, right? Now, the syllabus has been prepared by CBSE, NCRT, and the Council of Boards of School Education, and it has been adopted by National Medical Commission. Right? Now, NEET conducts exam for those students waiting to gain admission into various undergraduate medical and dental colleges around the country. Right? Now, what exactly is the issue? There are over 50 in educational boards in India with different syllabus and standards of education, right? Now, NEET adopts more or less the CBSE version of subjects, right? This puts many students from rural areas in a position of disadvantage, right? Many students who have studied in state boards across the country have also been put in a position of disadvantage. The exam also initially was only held in English and Hindi. So, after opposition from the non-Hindi speaking states, this was reversed and regional languages were also included, right? Now, the next factor is that these exams erode the federal structure of the constitution. It has a centralizing effect and completely disregards the opinion of the states. So, right, this is something that is a big challenge. Now, what exactly can be done? The state government should take positive steps to ensure that their own state board syllabus is in line with the national board, right? And they should also provide coaching classes for the weaker sections of the society and the students from rural areas. States should reserve a certain number of seats in the medical college for those who have passed NEET after studying state syllabus, right? Tamil Nadu is right now the state that is following this, right? And they could regulate private coaching classes and cap the rate. So if the state government takes effective measures, this problem can be easily solved, right? Now, state governments should also provide scholarship to students which would enable them to study in coaching institutions, right? It is in this regard that the government of Delhi NCT launched the Jai Bhim मुख्यमंत्री प्रतिभा विकास योजना. ठीक है, ये याद रखना, जय भीम मुख्यमंत्री प्रतिभा विकास योजना, to enable members of the SC, ST, OBC and from weaker sections to study in coaching institutes free of cost. ठीक है, those preparing for civil services, medical, engineering and other competitive exams are eligible under the scheme. Right. Now, a fact that you should know here is that National Medical Commission is a regulatory body which replaced the Medical Commission of India, right? It was established by the National Medical Commission Act 2019, right? Now, many gains in fighting HIV. We know that HIV is a big problem in the country, in fact the world. The newly released HIV estimates for 2019 by National AIDS Control Organization has brought some good news and raised hopes in India. 66.1% reduction in AIDS cases in children, 65.3% reduction in number of deaths related to AIDS, number of pregnant women living with HIV has reduced from 30,000 in 2010 to 21,000 in 2019. Even though the number has not drastically reduced, but it's a step in the right direction, right? Nodal agency for handling matters related to HIV/AIDS is National AIDS Control Organization under the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, right? Now, what is exactly the difference between HIV and AIDS, right? HIV is human immunodeficiency virus, and it is the virus that causes AIDS, which is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, right? समझ आ गया? Now, it is similar to SARS-CoV-2 virus causing coronavirus, right? HIV virus destroys the T cells in the body, which is integral in the immunity of the human body. When this happens, the body's ability to fight other infections is reduced. So क्या होता है अगर किसी को HIV हो, it also impacts the immunity of the body, right? Treatment retroviral therapy is something that is used. However, there is exactly no cure for HIV, right? Now, the last article that we'll be doing for now is that no time for relaxation. That is what the World Health Organization has said. WHO has warned India not to relax its fight against COVID-19. This came in the backdrop of the report by Department of Science and Technology yesterday that highlighted that COVID-19 peak in India is over and the nation will have less than 50,000 active cases by December and a further improved situation by early next year, right? The World Health Organization pointed out that the upcoming festive season and the winter season may lead to further hike in the number of cases, even as the harsh winters in the Indian plains may lead to the genetic mutation of the virus. Right? However, this was pointed out by the report prepared by a group of scientists appointed by the Department of Science and Technology. Right? In this regard, the Calcutta High Court has banned the general public from visiting Durga Puja pandals in the state and has directed the pandals to only allow its own members to enter. Right? Now, further, Prime Minister has stated that India is setting up a robust delivery mechanism for vaccines, which will include a national policy which will address questions related to access and other infrastructural issues such as cold storage facilities. Cold storage facilities is very very important at this time, especially when something like coronavirus is has wreaked havoc, right? Infrastructure issues is something that needs to be built upon. So this is in this regard the Prime Minister has said. Right. Now, related facts is that World Health Organization is a specialized agency of the UN, which is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Right. Now, it has been severely criticized for its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic and was seen as agents of China. We know that the World Health Organization got a lot of flack because of the mishandling of the pandemic, and it was criticized for being an agent of China. Right? India, in fact, recently won the elections to the executive board of the World Health Organization. So this is something that you have to remember. So this was in a nutshell about the important articles for today. I try and be as simplistic and minimum as possible so that you don't have to waste a lot of time in reading the paper, and you don't have to go through each article and find out if it's relevant for the exam point of view. So keep listening to my lectures and it'll help you fine tune your answers, right? In the end, just one last thing that I'd like to say is that once you subscribe to the Unacademy Plus subscription, you will have unlimited benefits ranging from regular doubt clearing classes to exhaustive coverage of the syllabus to answer writing sessions to live test series to top educators of India on one platform. So this is in fact a package. Do take the subscription now and beat the price hike. It's very important because today is the last day. So please take the subscription and enjoy all the unlimited benefits. That's it from my side. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.